to work pretty hard for that one, John. How happy are you with the way the team was able to persevere?
Yeah, I was really happy with it. We Gold Coast a couple of weeks ago gave Brisbane a really good run for their money, and they're a tough team to beat. And they're virtually full strength. They've got one or two injuries, and they've got some good contested ball clearance players. And so, we were mindful of that. And I think we had 50 odd tackles in the second half, and we really put the pressure on around the footy, and some of the players were enormous in that space and closed them down, and we were able to get the ball forward.
You've spoken about your forward line perhaps being a bit more unpredictable in the future. Will Hayward steps up today with 4, and Heaney had a bigger game. Is that a sign of things being a little bit different maybe?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it in the past anyway. We've sort of looked at that when Lance hasn't played, and had an opportunity to have a look at it, and we'll continue to look at it and bring players through, and we're confident in the players we've got to be able to do that forward of the ball, and the main thing is to give them an opportunity by getting the ball in there.
How happy were you with Hayward's game?
Yeah, he's good. He played a very important role for us today, and he was able to hit the scoreboard off the back of it, and he was good. He's particularly early. He sort of set us up with his ability to be able to hit the scoreboard.
And Logan and Hayden were important too. It looked like, especially with their goals late in the second half.
Yeah, they were.
Second quarters when the Suns looked like pulling away.
Yeah, they were. They kicked. They were important goals. That's right. And those young boys have got some confidence in, and they were able to hit the scoreboard at important times, and that was good to be able to share the load.
And they've had a fair few opportunities to, I guess, play together and gel together more. Are you seeing that as time goes on and the season plays out?
It always takes time, but they've been around a bit together. Those boys, we've played a fair bit of footy together. We've invested heavily in our young players over the last 3 or 4 years. Played a lot of footy, and have played our younger players a lot, and they've played a fair bit together, and so that's a good sign.
Winning the clearance battle hasn't been done too many times by you guys in the past few weeks. So against a guy like Jared Wicks as well, that must be a really big thing that you can take going forward. Yeah,
it was important the second half too in that space, because in the first half it seemed like stoppage goal a bit. It was a bit like whether it's a midfield stoppage, they were able to get it down and score off the back of it, or a couple of defensive stoppages for us. Their forward stoppages they're able to score. So the importance of our second half clearance game was significant. Yeah.
Do you think we might see a few more tags on Errol? I think especially in the first half too, kind of did a really good job with that.
Yeah, but that's all part of it. That's all part of developing. And Chad, I thought, was pretty good today, and that's what we need. We need a depth of young midfielders coming through, and that's good. It's a good sign.
Do you think Chad kind of has built up that confidence now since coming back from that calf injury? It looked like his best game.
Yeah, hopefully. Pardon me. He, you miss a couple of games and you start to, you come back into it again and miss a couple of weeks of training, and he had a bit of bounce about him today, which was good.
When Errol is tagged, you have the luxury, because he's so versatile, and moving into half forward or half back to break it. Is that a plan you might have to deploy?
Yeah, we did that today, and but that's all part of it. We're not going to get too focused on that. Just he'll fit into the system and what we need to do, and he'll play his role wherever that is. And it won't be just about him; it'll be about what's best for the team. And he's a good enough player to be able to do a number of different roles for us: inside wing, half forward. He runs his backside off. He's hard and clean. So he'll play whatever we need him to do.
Back into the top 8 for the first time since round 5. I mean, it must give you a lot of belief that these guys have gone through a lot this year, injury-wise and stuff, but you guys have bounced back.
Yeah, we're sort of confident. We've always been confident. We just needed to get a decent run and have a bit more consistency in our game. And we know that next week's going to be a tough one. We get over to Adelaide, and that'll be a solid workout for us. So that the challenges keep mounting, and we need to make sure we put this away pretty quickly, learn off it, and then get into next week and go again. It's just the demands of the game now.
How's John Longmire's hamstring? You seem to be feeling it a bit.
Yeah, it was a bit tight. So hopefully he's okay. I mean, he's managed it a bit over the last couple of weeks, so I hope it's just tightness like it's been, but we'll wait and see.
When a game is tight like that and it's a bit fractured at times, how important is James Rowbottom when it becomes a real tough contest?
A few times he came from what seemed like 20 or 30 metres away to lay a tackle, and he just hit the opposition player with momentum, and you just look, you thought it was awesome. You know, a few times out in front of the interchange bench, where did he come from? You know, he puts the opposition under enormous pressure, and that's his role in the team. He does it really well, and you know, they've got a good midfield. They're a really good midfield, and so to be able to, we needed to put some pressure on, and Rowie did that a few times today, which was outstanding.
Dylan Stevens back to the starting side for the first time in a few months. He got some really important contributions there.
Yeah, he did. It was good to see him. He sort of did a few good things, which was nice. You know, he and Robbo, they're a really young group, you know, a midfield group, and it doesn't seem to be getting older. They seem to be getting younger. And you know, apart from Parksy, they're pretty young. And so, you know, we added another couple of young ones today, and you know, they did a pretty good job. All right, thanks guys.